What is going on, YouTube? So by the time I upload this, it's probably gonna be nighttime. But today we're working on the 1J car. I got the fittings for the fuel rail, so I figured out why it was leaking. There's two little actually here, let me flip the camera. So there's two little 8 AN fittings, one there, and I might be wrong. There might be one on this rail. But when I was looking on their website, there's an 8 AN fitting on the rail. So you can add an accessory. You can add either a dampener or a regulator. I had an external regulator and a rear dampener. So it's pretty much the same as what they recommend to do, just I did it a little bit differently. So I pretty much just had to buy a little plug fitting. They're sitting right on the seat here somewhere. There they are. So I'm gonna pop those in the rail. Then I'm gonna hook all the ECU and everything back up, and we'll see if it's actually gonna be able to fire today. I do have to put the wastegate spring in, but that should take a few minutes. It's just a couple Allen bolts. So I'm gonna start with the fuel stuff, do the wastegate, and then we're gonna try to crank it. All right, cool. So that wasn't too bad. The fittings are right down there, the little blue cap, and there's another one back tucked in there. You can barely see it. So yeah, like I said, those are just accessory ports on the fuel rail. I just plugged them up for the time being so that I can do a first start. I'm not sure if I'm going to end up using them, but for now I just want to make it so it's not dumping fuel. So now I'm going to hook the ECU and laptop and everything back up, and yeah, we're going to see if we have no leaks up here. Then I'm going to set the wastegate spring and try to give it a first crank. Well, first start. All right, cool. So I got the springs in. I did a blue and a black, I believe, which is going to be good for about 11 pounds of boost. I know that I'm definitely going to be running more through the turbo setup, but keep in mind it's it's a 66 millimeter turbo, so on 11 pounds of boost, that's still going to make mad power. And this is also just a test start, so like I don't need it to have access to 20 pounds of boost or more. So I'm gonna toss this back on. It's just a little V-band, and yeah, gonna hook the battery back up and see if it goes. Alrighty, so we got the fittings in the fuel rail, we got the wastegate set. I just gotta hook the laptop back up to the ECU, and I'm gonna try to crank. Well, first I'm gonna crank it, make sure that there are no leaks. If there are no leaks, then I'm gonna hook up the coil packs because those are currently unplugged, and we're gonna see if it'll fire. All right, so I decided to give it a little test. So everything on the ECU seems to be working correctly. Oh, well, that time it didn't show as active. All right, so I'm just giving this quick test. Seems like most things are working. Let's see, I'm not gonna switch that key off because that made the ECU disconnect. We're still leaking a little bit of fuel. I believe that's coming from the flex fuel sensor. But we're building fuel pressure. I don't see anything leaking over here, so that's a good sign. Yeah, so I'm just going to do some more tightening up and see what happens. So, while I was hoping today was going to be a first start, I don't know exactly what I'm doing. It looks like all this stuff is doing what it's supposed to be doing, but I really don't know. All right, so I'm gonna try this one more time. I got the computer all actively hooked up, and let's see. Nope, not quite. Yeah, so I gotta look over a few more things. Well, so I just looked at the clock and I realized that it's 4 o'clock. So that may be it on this for today. I'm gonna throw the new ECU in the yellow car real quick and see if that fixes that car. I was hoping to have 2 running E36s today, but now it's looking like maybe 1. And that's if that ECU works and my diagnosis was correct. So yeah, I'm gonna get to that car. All right, cool. So back on the M42 car now. So got the new ECU from Tyler Shark Gang. I threw his Insta in the last video, but I'll do it again. Huge shout out, he got it here in 2 days. So I'm gonna take the computer box apart real quick, throw the new one in, and throw the battery in, and let's see if this thing fires. All right, so we got the battery hooked up, and I left the key in the other car. So I'm gonna go grab that and we'll try to start it up. All right, so the new ECU is in. Let's see what happens. What? All right, and we're gonna try that again because I'm an idiot and didn't tighten those down enough. That was really weird. It sounded like it was gonna go. She sounds like she wants to go. I'm so confused. So after a solid minute of cranking, this thing started running. So I guess it was the ECU failing. Nice. Yeah, but I think that's going to conclude today's video. I got to throw another oil pressure sensor in there. Forgot about that. So while I was cranking it for a minute, it leaked out some of the oil that I had in it. Not very much, but definitely a little bit. So I got to figure out why it's still leaking a little bit of fuel. That's just at the flex fuel sensor. So I think that I did those fittings wrong because the AEM flex fuel sensor has like little bungs on it. So you put over the adapter and then you can make an AN line run to that. So it's a little weird. I have them on the normal fuel lines too. So I know that you can make them work. So it's pretty much just playing around with it. But yeah, hopefully I'm gonna mess with that some more tomorrow, and maybe we'll start that car tomorrow. But I don't want to promise anything because every time that I say it's gonna start, it seems like it doesn't start. So maybe it won't start tomorrow. We'll go with that logic. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for liking, subbing, doing all of that. Definitely appreciate it. I was not expecting any of these videos to get like any views, so kind of dope. So yeah, if you have any questions about the whips, just let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. So pulled the yellow car up here real quick. Not doing anything else to it tonight, but it's always cool to see both E36s next to each other. So hopefully finishing that one up, getting it running more correctly tomorrow, and we'll see what happens with that one.